Okay, so this is a quick video to show how to patch an X32 Compact with an S16 to use all 8 XLR outputs on the Compact and the S16 together. So if like you wanted to have 12 mixes, 12 bus mixes using the first 8 on locally and the rest on the Compact, and then use whatever's left from matrices and the left and right on the S16. It was a bit confusing because the Compact has a few little differences that can kind of make you kind of second guess yourself. So when we're starting anyway, we'll connect using Cat5 connector into A, there, A, and then into the 16 into A as well. And of course you power them on. Then it's the patch. So we go to routing and you start with your inputs. Right, let's just say for this sake we have the S16 next to the desk, and we're going to use an analog multi, and we're going to patch locally 1 to 8, which is fine, and 9 to 16, so that's coming up on 1 to 8 here and 9 to 16 here. But then we want 17 on the box, so you patch ISA 50 1 to 8 and ISA 50 A9 to 16, and that's that patch. That's all your inputs patch. You can see it's working here already, and I'm going in to the first one, so that's 17. Input 1 on the S16 is 17. As you can see, it's metering away there as I'm speaking into the mic. So next, it's the outputs, and this was the tricky bit. So when you go over the next layer, when you press your right, so left goes back to your inputs, and then right goes to the stage box outputs. Now by default it's set to 1 to 8, 9 to 16 and 1 to 8, okay? And when we go all the way to our XLRs, now this XLR outputs only stands for the XLR outputs that are available on this desk, which is 8. Okay, so that's why there's only 2 columns for 1 to 8 that show up on this desk, because it's the Compact. It only has 8 local XLR outputs. So you set that 1 to 4, 5 to 8, okay? Because we're going to use them for our first 8 mixes. And then we go to our patch points. We go over again, pressing this, and we're in our patch points. So output 1 is set, and that's 1 to 8, all on our local XLR outputs. And you have that your mix bus 1, plus fader, whichever way you like it. But as you scroll down, you see from 9 this message comes up. It says, this output is currently not assigned to any local analog output connector. Please check the XLR tab. And that's where it gets confusing, because you automatically start going back to your XLR tab and you're like, oh, but there's only 8 here. So you need to assign your stage box, which is AESA. So you go all the way over here. What you do is you move this 9 to 16, because you're using the far end, not the first 8, so the far end. So using your only 8 XLR analog outputs, because that's all that's available on this box, even though you have all this here. But the XLR outs are the first 8 outputs. So you switch that to 9 to 16, so you're using the far end. Now when you do that, you must set your S16 by pressing config. As you can see, it's already set to 9 to 16 here, but you have to scroll left and set whether it's going to be the first 8 outputs or the last 8 outputs, 9 to 16. So that's the setting you want. As you can see, everything is connected. You got green here, and you have green up here, S16. All the bit rate and everything is the same. So once that's done, then you go back to your patch points, and that message is still there. But that's confusing because it's like you feel like it's not connected to anything, but you're actually connected now. You're actually connected to the outputs on your stage box on the S16. And that's it. And you can just assign whatever you want then to each mix. So you can go your output. So that's your first 12 mixes, is it? Yeah, I'll mix 11. And that's assigned to mix 12. That's mix bus 13. So what did we say? We'll probably change them to matrices, whatever ones you want. You can change that to matrix 1 and then have that as matrix 1 from 13. Matrix 1, there we go. Pulse fader. And do the same. Yeah, matrix 2. And then have your outputs off the stage box left and right. If you're not doing any mono subs or anything like that, you just change that to the left. It's hard to do this while looking through the phone. And the same, main left and right, right. So left, right, and that's it. That's how you patch it. And I have tested this using, because I don't actually have any speakers with me today, but I've tested this using in-ears. Just using this little handy little in-ears here. And send signal to the mix, and it comes out and it works. And that's it. That's how you patch. And sure, if you want to go the opposite way, then you can just go back to your XLRs and you can do these on the latter end. So you can change that to 9 to 12. 13 to 16, and then go to your stage box and change that to 1 to 8, and that's it swapped. And then you just go down to your stage box and you change that to 1 to 8, and then it's swapped. Then these do the first 8 bus mixes. Then all your matrices and left and right can come direct from the desk outputs on the back. And that's how you patch the S16 stage box to the X32 Compact. It's a pity that they don't have a sign that comes up here saying that it's connected to the S16. You know, hope this helped. Hope it gets you through patching to your new S16 with your X32. Thank you.